Hello everybody, I'm Uncle Hanzi. Now, did you ever wonder what the most common component in Chinese characters is? If you ask DeepSeek, it will tell you that it's a water radical and that there are more than 1,000 characters with this water radical. But what does that really mean? Is that really true? When we talk about Chinese characters, we want to talk about all the characters that we need in order to read. We need to read maybe 99%. You'll never know all of the characters. So I made a database and I wanted to collect all the important characters so that I could know actually how many characters have this water radical and every other radical. So where do I get these characters? Well, the Chinese government has a list of 8,105 simplified characters. That's way more than the average person needs. It's about twice as much as the average person uses. And besides these simplified characters, there are all of the traditional characters that people need to know if they're going to read traditional Chinese. That adds several thousand characters. We have to know traditional characters in order to know the story of where they come from. So there's the traditional characters. And if we want to be real Chinese, we have to be able to read the Cantonese characters. And in order to understand the characters, we need to understand all of the components, the small components that are not common Chinese characters. And what else do we need? We also need to, well, in my case, if I go to all that trouble for all these years to learn Chinese, I want to be able to impress the Japanese that I can understand their kanji too. So I put in all of the Joyo kanji, that's about 3,000 Joyo kanji, and the modern and the simplified Joyo kanji so that I can impress Japanese too. So all in all, my database, I analyzed 15,000 modern Chinese characters, which basically will allow me to read more than 99.99% of all the Chinese that I'm likely to see. I would like to tell you about my database. If you ask my database how many Chinese characters have a water radical, I come up with 505 characters. I agree, that's the most common radical. So I'd like to, over time, tell you about my database and some of the things that I've discovered by analyzing all of the components of all of the characters of modern common Chinese. So when we look at DeepSeek or any other AI answer that we get, we want to think about that answer and think about how does it really apply? Is it really the correct answer? Is it really the answer I want? So why did I spend 30 years making this database that analyzes all of the Chinese characters? Well, every Chinese character has a story, and that story can be very interesting. I hope you will join me in the next few lessons as we discuss some of those stories and how I made my database.